Hey guys, it's been a while. I haven't made a video in quite some time, but um, there's just been a lot going on, to say the least. Um, at the end of February, I went through my psych evaluation and was officially diagnosed with anxiety, depression, and bipolar disorder. Started treatment this week. The following week, I actually started speaking with a therapist. I was diagnosed by a psychologist. I was in given meds by a psychologist, but started talking to a therapist. That it wasn't even actually that next week because something happened that I couldn't make it. But I did start seeing him, and was put on a medicine called Lexapro for starters. While my insurance wound up turning that into the generic version, which I don't care as long as you pay for it. And I've gotten some pretty good, been feeling pretty good with it. Um, so far so good with it, I should say. Um, my weight, it's been playing games with me. It's been up, down, and I know that's all due to the fatigue that I go through. And some days I really just can't get out of bed and do anything productive, calorie burning. You know, but um, I was supposed to go to talk to my therapist. I'm supposed to go tomorrow. I think tomorrow's Thursday. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, I'm supposed to go tomorrow to see my therapist. I didn't go last Thursday. I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go. Have it scheduled to come every week because it's that much crap I want to get off my chest and start to feel better about stuff. But something said to do, call it off and be like, I'll be there next week. Oh, excuse me again. It's these meds. So, a good thing I did call to reschedule or just tell them I would be there next week. Sorry, it's email. Maybe not. Facebook notification. Okay, so like I said, it was a good thing I did do that. Because normally when I go into therapy, I shut my phone off or put it on silent. Excuse me. Either way, I won't get a phone call until after the session is over, and it's 60 minutes. So yes, I called, I rescheduled, and around 3:25, I guess. I guess I lost signal for a hot moment, and the call went straight to voicemail because my phone sure enough didn't ring, and it was sitting as close to me as it was just now when I picked it up. Um, I listened to the message, and it said my son had gotten hit by a car, and I'm like, thank God I didn't go. Now my husband seen the look in my face and said, what happened? I said, Ollie got hit by a car. And it's like weird. And I really couldn't understand the lady at first because she kind of spoke with an accent and it was kind of broken up because she called from a cell phone and it's on a cell phone. It's just kind of broken up. So I swear it said down around near the school. So my husband runs from the house all the way to the school. So now I'm thinking he already intercepted them. I'm trying to get my cousin to wait to watch my youngest son, oh, so that I could get around there and get another call, um, explaining the same thing, that he had got hit, blah 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 blah, and he won't let the EMTs treat him because he's hysterical. So at this point, I've gotten dressed. I'm on my way, and then I get another phone call when I'm like a block away, and it was like, "Well, you gotta go. The EMTs is trying to treat your son. This, and this." And I'm like, I'm on my way. I'm around the corner. My husband should be intercepting y'all at any moment now. And he was like, the big guy running. Yeah, that's him. So my husband got there before I did, and they got him out my son into the ambulance. And when I walk up on the ambulance, all the doors is closed, so I'm knocking on the front door, back door, side door. I'm like, this why gonna let me in this daggone ambulance so I could see my child. So I finally get in there, and my daughter's hysterical, crying. My son, it's just blood everywhere. Like, oh my God. And I can honestly say, if I did not have that, my medicine in my system, I wouldn't have been no good. I would have been just like my daughter. But I held it together. At least, at least so that he could remain calm. If he seen me calm, he seen Cliff calm, then he would be calm. Thank goodness he wasn't looking at my hands, because my hands was just like, ugh. I wasn't no more good. I mean, my medicine had me sleeping a part of that day, the morning. So I'm so sorry, but I still usually get fatigued again in like the afternoon, around the time where homework is usually about done. I usually get wound down by all the excitement of, well, the everything that is takes get them kids' homeworks done. Um, but yeah, I couldn't sleep. I wasn't sleep. I was standing most of the time. My calf hurt. My ankle was hurting. But I wanted him to see that I was there with him the whole time. My aunt actually came up to the hospital when they transported him to a children's hospital here in Philadelphia, St. Christopher's. My aunt came over, brought him like a little Happy Meal, bought me something to eat. God knows how long I was going to be there. We were going to be there. He wound up having just a fractured um, collarbone, and he got a stitch in his lip, but the inside of his lip was split too. But they didn't suture that, and he said it would wind up healing on its own pretty good, which it has. I've noticed. It's healed quite a bit over the would be it's going to be a week tomorrow. It healed up quite a bit. Um, so my daughter went back to school this one day. I walked her to school in the morning. My son had a doctor's appointment, follow up with his primary care. We went out and did that. He was walking around in the mall, get him a new uniform for school. Because they cleared him for school, he just can't do recess or gym. So yeah, at least I got some exercise that day. And I said I'm not gonna let them walk to school by themselves or from school by themselves quite yet, because I know he said he learned his lesson, because he actually darted out in between um, He didn't cross at the intersection, is what I'm saying. He darted in between cars to cross the street. The lady wasn't moving. From what I was told, the lady wasn't going that fast because she was just coming out of a turn, and he actually ran into her side her side view mirror. Yeah, and that's how he busted his lip. And then on the way down, that's how he fractured his collarbone on a tire. The lady stayed the whole entire time. It wasn't hit and run and nothing like that. Um, but like I was saying, I'm not letting them walk to school themselves. I mean, my oldest is 9. The school is 2 blocks, maybe 3 blocks away from the house. So it might be more than that. It looks more than that, but the way the streets are set up, it's weird. But yeah, I walked them to school in the morning. Oh. Sometimes I try to get them in the evening, but sometimes my body is really exhausted. I'm trying to fight that. My husband has helped me by either picking them up or dropping them off at one point during the day, but I'm trying to get to a point where I could do both because this is something I said I was going to do. And honestly, it's going to help me fight this battle of the stalemate between the 130s, 120, I mean 230s, 220s that I've been wrestling against. Um, it's just been crazy. I it's going to break. I'm gonna get to, what? Like I said, I will be happy if I could just get to 180. 140 is my goal. 180, I will be happy. I will be honestly happy because it's lower than I was at my highest in high school. So no matter what the doctors say, if I make it to 180, I'm fucked. I'm happy. Excuse my language. But another note means my one of my medicines got um I got a stronger script for one of my medicines, and that's why I'm like really exhausted. I take a gabapentin. It's for my back spasms. Because I was taking that, now I was taking tramadol and psycho something to clean. Well, the tramadol was for my knees and my hips. Being as though my knees and hips wasn't bothering me, my back was bothering me. I would take all 3 of those prescriptions for the backaches that I was going through. So the gabapentin got put into one pill and a higher dose for that one pill. Let me show this damn pill. Bag old drugs. Mm-hmm. There it is. I'm making a video. Hold on. I went from 2 of these. Come back in a few minutes. Watch where you're going. 2 of those to this monster right here. I went from 2 300 milligram capsules to 1 800 milligram tablet. And it does. It puts me on my butt. It does. I'm supposed to take it at night, but it lasts through the night in my system. Steve Harvey looking like a cyclops. um So me trying to break this fatigue to get some exercise in, it's a push, but it'll get done. Um, so I'm working on it. Oh, back pain. That's where I was at before the drugs. I had some back pain the other night that I had to take two of those horse pills to relieve. Not at the same time. It started off on my right side, and it sounds familiar from the bowel obstructions, but best believe I've been shitting. Don't worry about it. So it was on my side. It reached around my back and then came up my back and was here. That whole area that it went over, it was all that was hurting through the night. The other night, I took one of those. It dulled it down, but I still couldn't sleep because I couldn't get comfortable. Either I was laying on my side and it would hurt the shoulder. Couldn't lay on my back. It would tweak my. It was just horrible. Wound up taking two, and I was out of it for quite a while. So that's where I am with that. That pain was ridiculous. I was on the verge of tears and just buckling down and going to the ER. I was like, if this one more don't work, then I'm going. So I wound up working. I slept through the night, piece of the day, the next day. It worked. We'll see. As far as weight loss is concerned, in this past month, I've only lost 4 pounds. Yes, and I say only because I'm striving to get more off. But yes, I should be happy that it's gone. Only lost 4. If I could lose another 4, maybe no. If I could lose another 2, don't sit on my suitcase. If I could lose another 2 this month, I'd be happy. I go to see my surgeon on Monday. See, I go to the therapist tomorrow. I got to take my son to the doctor on Friday. I see my surgeon on Monday. And I believe my dermatologist is next week sometime too. Oy vey. Um, so there will be an update video sometime next week. Maybe 2 combined about it. Now I'm gonna separate them. One's gonna be a lupus video. One's gonna be a Will's video. I'm sorry, this one is kind of combined as well. But some of my people that care about my weight loss from the lupus community, and there's some people who care about my lupus that are in the Wills community. So there you go. Um, I'll talk to you guys soon. I thank everybody for their well wishes and everything for my son. Um, Thanks to my BFF for checking in on me and everybody who's checked in on me to see how I was doing. I appreciate it. I love you guys back, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye. It's over.